This is my 5th interview with Sylvia. The 4th interview had been held on the previous day. Prior to that, there had been the 3 interviews a year earlier. The interview will be shown as it was recorded, but with comments both from Sylvia and from myself at points where we felt we wished to clarify what was going on or to make some comment about what was going on. Well, where would you like to start this morning?
Well, I want to tell you about something that I've been thinking about, and that it's a sharing more than telling you a problem.
So often clients and counselors get the feeling that the relationship is one which must be filled only with problems. Sylvia gives a little indication of that. This is just a sharing, it's not a problem.
And that is, I've just recently noticed in myself that I've been learning. And that's a big deal. I hear people say all the time, oh, I learned so much. I learned this and I learned that, and that was such a learning experience. And all these years that I've been grown up, I haven't felt any learning. And I say, well, what did you learn, and how did you know that you learned it? And it was a mystery to me. And just the last few weeks, actually I've been realizing in the last year, mainly, is that I've learned some things. And I know I've learned them, and I know that, okay, that I'm at this point with a certain situation or idea, and that 6 months ago or 3 months ago it was different. And so I'm feeling my learning, and that's really exciting.
A relationship should be one in which good feelings have just as much place as bad feelings. And here she's bringing out some very positive feelings about herself, which is a healthy and valid part of a counseling relationship. It's always exciting to me to hear a client telling of positive steps which he or she has been taking. And here Sylvia sounds confident as she's doing something that she has decided to do in her own way, not necessarily following all the books, but doing what she feels and experiences as right. And it's the awareness of it that's new, that really to realize, hey, I am different in this respect. I've learned something.
I've changed, and I can see the difference and feel the difference.
What are some of those differences?
Well, I've made a decision to be more strict with my children, and to listen to them, but decide that I'm their mother and I know many things they don't, and that I will make many more decisions than I've made in the past. And
sounds like you feel a bit stronger that way.
Yes, and I've been trying it. Trying being this more strict person, and it's working beautifully. They, at first, they have their little resistance or whatever it is, but then we go on with the program, which is my program more, and I feel a lot better about that as being helping children to adjust to the world.
Sounds like you feel more like a grown-up mother.
Capable of making appropriate decisions for them. And another area is sex. And I've done a lot of things in the past year, mainly year, that I haven't done before. That is, I've had intercourse with a few different men and put myself in situations that before I was absolutely unwilling to do because of my fears. And I've learned some things about myself. Like, I know a lot more right now today about what kind of sexual relationship, what kind of intimate relationships that I want to have with men. And that feels good. Because, and it only came through risking. I mean, there was no, it only became through trying things out. There was no amount of therapy or reading or thinking or talking that helped me to learn those things. But it was feeling strong enough within myself that I could take chances.
So risking has been the road to learning in that
Yes.
sexual area.
And it is with my children, and it is with relating to people in many ways, not just sexually, but other ways too.
Sylvia is showing a lot of risking behavior. She's risking a good deal to talk about things like this on film. But what's more important is that she has come to the point in her own life where she realizes that her own experience is the best guide for her. Not books, not therapy, not anything outside of herself. It is her own experience from which she can learn. And here she's learning in a very sensitive and personal area, and is willing to share that with us.
Reaching out to people and approaching strangers, and
taking all kinds of risks that you hadn't before.
some more, which, I mean, I don't know about all kinds.
Yeah, well,
Quite a few, and it's been exciting and hard.
and I guess that leads to a deeper kind of learning, or at any rate a learning that you feel more sure of. I get a sense of assurance in what you're talking about. Assurance in you. One thing that has been true with Sylvia in every interview we've had is that she thinks carefully about what she says, she thinks carefully about what I say. And when what I say is not correct, doesn't match her experience, she's quite willing to correct me. She is very precise in both describing her own feelings and also in making sure that my response to them is also accurate.
Well, yes and no. And I feel more, I was saying before, I feel more immature and I'm more aware of my immaturity. They're both a part of each other. And I guess I'm concerned that it just sounds crazy to say that I feel more mature because I know I know more about how immature I am.
Well, that makes a lot of sense to me.
I was surprised that what I said makes sense to him. I think that I thought that it made sense to me, but that doesn't necessarily mean it would make sense to other people. I mean, it made in my own system of what was said. It felt good that he could understand me, or he knew that it made sense to him too.
It's important to Sylvia to make sure that she's accurately understood. Can anyone understand how she can be more mature by being aware of her immaturity? Well, to me, that's quite understandable. But it's clear that she wants to make certain that my understanding extends to that degree.
It does.
Because you're more aware of all aspects of yourself, and it sounds more acceptant of them, too. Yes, I'm mature in certain ways, and here's some ways I know I'm immature.
And I didn't know that before. I knew, I felt uncomfortable, but I didn't understand it. That's related to something I've been thinking about, I think, about being here with you, and I'm telling myself two things. One is, I'm just a dependent personality, you know, Carl Rogers or blah, 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 blah. I don't run my own life. I go for help a lot. And then I tell myself, I'm always being so strong and so together and having everything so worked out in my head that I don't allow myself to be helpless in a situation where it might be good for me. Like right here now with you, I would like to be more helpless, which to me means open, I think, to us. And I see myself being together, not being helpless. think at that time I was feeling concerned that I was just going to go through another session of being all in control of things and rattling on and on. I probably made a conscious decision that I'd have to do something to break that, and which was talk about it. Talk about my fear. My fear was, or concern, that I wouldn't learn anything.
Sounds as though you voiced that as a conflict, but it sounds like really you're more on the side of the second aspect, that to be open and in that sense helpless and vulnerable, I guess might be a possible term too, is something you really believe that's what you are, rather than that you're a totally dependent person and really helpless and have to run for help. And so to get the feeling you like this aspect of you that is able to be with me in a way that is more open, more vulnerable perhaps?
Well, I like it, and I also scold myself for being dependent. So there's something missing in the middle to connect. And it seems like you might have been talking about that, and I still didn't hear it.
So really, to get it more accurately, you scold yourself for being dependent, for wanting to be here, for example, with me. And yet, at the same time, you feel, no, that's good. I really like that. But where's the integration of those two points of view?
That seemed to me like a very excellent, not paraphrase, but when he, tells me back what he thinks I meant. It solidified what I expressed in the previous comment about that there was something missing. It made more sense to me. That's right. Can I hold your hands again?
Sure.
You feel old feeling.
Okay.
When we did the filming in Ashland, we held each other's hands the whole time. And I imagine it occurred to me that it might be good to do that again. I feel good. At that time, I wanted to get away from being in my head so completely the whole time, experiencing.
I felt very comfortable during this holding of hands. I'm reminded of a friend of mine who said that he did eye therapy, and in a sense, that's what this was. Our eyes were very much in contact, and I think as much was going on in a nonverbal way as in a verbal way. It was a close relationship, and we both experienced it that way.
I would like to be less strong right now. Like I would like to give myself the gift of not having to be sensible and reasonable, and also the protection, protect myself.
Really would be giving yourself a gift if you could just kind of let go and not be so competent and able. It seems clear that the reason she wants to hold my hands is that she wants to experience something that is very frightening to her, namely to drop her competent, reasonable, strong self and let herself be some of the weakness and vulnerability that she is.
And I think it helps to touch you to let go of the shoulds, of my shoulds.
When you feel some contact, then maybe you can say, well, maybe I don't have to be so strong, so maybe I can just let go more.
Yes. I want to get away from all my rationalizing right now this minute, and I don't know how to do that except to shut up. And so it's not like I have so much a desire to sit and not talk and look in your eyes as I have a desire to not be the way I am all the time. And I don't know yet what else to do.
In the interviews that we held a year ago, the silences were very long, and Sylvia found a great deal of security and seemed to profit a great deal from holding my hands during the interview. And here she returns to the pattern of a year ago. It's another indication of the fact that these interviews with her perhaps rest more solidly on just the fact of the relationship than they do even on the content of what she's saying and talking about.
You have to be kind of silent to let go of that rational and rationalizing part of you.
Feels easier to focus on in this position that I'm in now with you. I feel more focused.
Are there any things that sort of come
Yes,
bubbling up?
I know of something I want to talk about.
Okay. But it's not easy, huh?
Well, it's not easy, and I'm enjoying the richness of feeling your hands this way and letting go of some more of the camera business and the film business and the fear about bringing up something that's and knowing in 15 minutes it'll all seem I don't know, not quite as serious. It just had to take its own time for me to get to where I could feel like I could say the words that I needed to say. It was almost like waiting, and just like, you know, what else is new while I'm waiting, for something that took a natural process that it had to take.
If anyone has a doubt about the value of silences, it should be removed by this interchange. Sylvia is saying, I'm doing more work when I'm silent than I am when I'm talking.
His specific comments or the content of his comments is not necessarily helpful as opposed to not helpful. But what it does do that is valuable is that it gives me something to bounce against. It's a stimulation to better focus myself.